Welcome to the Home Value Group channel. Today we are going to be discussing 8 don'ts when buying a house. So these are things you do not want to happen to you, okay? Trust me, a lot of these things have happened to me down the road when I'm assisting my buyers, and I do not want it to happen to you. Number 1, don't apply for a new credit card. So any type of financing, if you go to these different stores, they ask you, do you want to apply for a new credit card? The answer is going to be no. We don't want any new information or any new inquiries on your credit report, okay? That's a big no-no. Number 2, don't buy a car, okay? Do not buy a car. I know you're excited, you're buying a house. It was like, let me go ahead and buy this car that I like. Don't do it. Any type of new loan is going to show up on your credit, which means if it's a new loan, it's a new debt, okay? You don't want that to show up because it's going to change your rates when it comes to your loan, okay? So do not buy a new car or anything like that, okay? Number 3, don't change your job, okay? Don't quit your job either. So none of that extra stuff. You want to make sure that your finances are intact, okay? When it comes to your job, you cannot change from a 1099 to a W-2 or anything like that. I think we had a recent transaction where someone changed. They were working at a restaurant and they, couldn't do it anymore, and they decided to quit and do Uber, okay? Can't do any of those things. That's a huge no-no, okay? So please make sure that you do not change your job. Do not quit your job. Your income needs to stay the same. Here's the caveat. The only other thing that is allowed is if you do change jobs or shift job, it has to be in the same field, okay? Chef to just the same kind of work type area. If you're working in the kitchen, you're still working in the kitchen. If you're working at a hospital, you're still working at a hospital. So keeping the same job is the key, okay? But in actuality, the transaction is about 2 months. So 60 days, hold off for 60 days before you do any of those things, okay? Next one, number 4, don't get behind on any payments, okay? You need to make sure that all of your bills are paid, okay? If there is one late fee, trust me, it can drop your score dramatically, okay? We had a buyer who, they were in the process of purchasing a home, and one of their bills they forgot to pay, okay? They were on time, they forgot to pay this one bill, dropped their score 70 points. 70 points, okay? We can't have that, because that means if your score drops, you may not qualify for the loan. It may change your interest rate. There's just so many different factors there. So we want to make sure that we stay on top of all of our bills, especially the ones that have to get noticed with the credit bureaus, okay? Make sure that those are good, okay? The next one, don't spend your savings, okay? When you speak to the lender and you get a feel of what you're qualified for, what the closing amount is going to cost you, what the down payment is going to cost you, that is for you to save. In the transaction, do not use any of that money, okay? Those monies are off limits, off limits. We don't want to use any of that. Also, here's a side note, including with your savings, make sure that the appraisal, the inspection, and the HOA monies that you have are put to the side, okay? We want to make sure that you have enough money for all of those items, as well as for your down payment and your closing costs, okay? Next up, don't buy new furniture, okay? So do not buy any type of new furniture. I think I spoke with a client the other day and she was like, girl, I'm so happy. We're going to go out. I was like, don't do anything right now. Rooms to go, all these other places, trust me. I know that you are very excited. You want to put that new couch, that bed, and all this stuff in the house. Let me give you the keys first, okay? And then you can go ahead and run to the store to get whatever furniture you need. But while we were under contract, do not buy any type of furniture or spend any money until you get the keys and you are closed and that deed is yours, okay? Don't close any credit card accounts. Okay, do not close anything. The reason why is it can change your credit information if you do close it. Some people think that, okay, well, let me do this, let me pay off this amount, let me close this account. it can actually have a negative effect on you if you do close the account. Trust me, you don't want to do that. All right. And the last thing is, don't move money without a paper trail. Okay. This one is a big don't, because I see this happen so many times. There's a client and they're transferring money. You know how you have the app on your phone, you can do it easily. You transfer from your savings to your checking and your checking to this account. Don't do any of that stuff, okay? It just raises a red flag to the underwriter, and they're wondering, why are you moving around so much money? What's going on? Then they're gonna ask you to provide more documentation in regards of that money trail. You don't wanna focus on that, trust me. And if you are moving money, make sure it's for a legitimate reason. And also make sure that it is a paper trail. The last thing you want to do is, hey, I have $5,000. Let me go ahead and deposit this. The underwriter is going to say, where did that $5,000 come from? Everything needs to have a paper trail. Okay. If you are getting money from someone to assist you with your closing costs, it needs to be a gift letter. Okay. So there's all these specific things that you have to do in order to make sure that everything goes smoothly. All right, you guys, that's it. These are the 8 don'ts when buying a house. I hope you got enough valuable information. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll talk to you guys soon.